Before we can apply Lewin's three-step change model to a business, it might help to sort of look at a personal example. Particularly at the start of every year, people always want to change by getting fitter and healthier. It's not a bad change to want to make. So why do so many people fail at it? Well, one reason is that I guess they don't have a path or a process to follow, and that's what Lewin is about. So let's look at the actual theory that we said. We said Lewin's three-step change model. Step one is unfreeze. Unfreeze the business from its current set, shape, or form. Two, so if it was a square or a rectangle there, we don't want that. Let's melt it down, and now it's all loose, and we can move it. Change it into the form you want. So we want it to be a triangle. We set that, refreeze it, and now it is stuck as a triangle, which is the new change that we want. We also said we should continually revise that, and look at it. Do we need to change once it's refrozen? That's not it forever. We need to look. Do we need to keep changing? And if we do, we need to unfreeze. So that was our theory. Let's apply this to a proposed change. Let's get fitter and healthier as a class. So what could we do? Well, we had step one and we said unfreeze was this, and here's the things that you can do to make that happen. So in particular, we said describe what actually, or determine what actually needs to be changed, challenge current beliefs, create reasons to change, create a vision for the future and a sense of urgency. So we could do that quite easily with trying to get fitter and healthier. We could do things like tell everyone exactly what needs to change. So we need to get down from, say, an average body mass index from 27 to 22. Here's what we're doing. We should also challenge the current belief. Just because you're young doesn't mean you can lose the weight easily and just by eating better. We need to exercise. So we're challenging your beliefs. What else? Create a vision for the future. This is how you're going to look and feel when we've done this. And oftentimes gyms, when you go in and sign up, they sort of do a little body scan, and you can actually get a CGI picture of how they think you'll look in the future, and that's meant to make you feel amazing and committed to the change. So that's a really good thing to do to get people ready to change. We could also create a sense of urgency. What does that mean? It means, you tell people the longer you leave it, the harder it is to lose weight. The older you get with more weight, the more health problems you'll have. So we've got to change now so we can live longer, healthier, happier lives. Step two was the change or the move. We said it's putting the processes and procedures into place and so on. And we said some things you can do: encourage feedback, input, and ideas, ensure stakeholders are notified, devote resources to it, use the low-risk strategies to overcome resistance, and remove any obstacles. So let's apply that to getting fitter and healthier. How could we do this? Well, we could include people in the change. We could ask, the people in the group, what sort of exercise do you want to do? When do you want to do it? How can we fit it into our schedule? We've still got to have our BizMan class, so when are we going to do this? Get your feedback. We should then ensure all stakeholders are notified, so we better inform your parents and the school about our new exercise program. That way they'll be on board, or at least not resistant to it if they know about it. What else? Well, I've got to devote resources to it. So if I'm the business manager in this case, I've got to devote resources and remove any obstacles. So one thing you might say is, I don't have a gym membership, or I don't have shoes, or I don't have a Strava account. So I'm going to pay and buy all of those things. Not really. I'm only making BizMan teacher money. But if I was in a business, yeah, you could provide these things for people. We could also use those low-risk strategies. One we could use is support. So I think when anyone's trying to get fitter and healthier, there's times when you feel like giving up. So we need to support you. So if you're stressed or get an injury, we have a counsellor or maybe another student or a physio to help you. And lastly, we could use one of those low-risk strategies of empowerment. So maybe we get you to decide what you want to do. And then, recognize that you're going to try a few things before you find the exercise that you do like. Maybe you need to try a few different things, find one you do like. That's kind of empowering you to decide on what the change should look like. Lastly, we need to lock that change in. That was called refreeze. And some things we needed to do that was sort of make the changes official by setting new policies and procedures, make them permanent by giving ongoing training, recognize and reward people that have changed, celebrate any short-term successes or wins. So applying that to getting fitter and healthier, we could make the changes official by locking in a new policy. Every Monday, the first lesson at school is a 30-minute Strava walk. And on the weekend, you need to do one gym session for 30 minutes. Let's lock that in. That's the minimum. So that's the new policy. You might want to do more than that, but as a group, that is what we are going to do. What else? We can reward and recognize, provide recognition for everyone each week, even if they don't immediately lose weight. It's important to recognize people to keep them on the path to continue pursuing this change. We can celebrate successes, so we could have like a weekly prize to the person who loses the most weight, or maybe you can share a video of a new workout or a new exercise that you've been doing. That makes you feel good, and it's helps you feel recognized, and you meet those Maslow needs of self-esteem. Lastly, we said that, well, that's not permanent. Okay, we've done all this stuff. We unfroze the current sort of situation. All right, we changed. We refroze it as a triangle, but that's not it. This process is continual. Even though a business refreezes a new change in place, that doesn't mean it's set forever. Must always be looking to change by beginning the process again and unfreezing. Well, what's that look like for us? Well, let's review our program every month. Is it working? Should we even change it? What else? Should we all be doing the same thing? Why are we all doing the same 30-minute walk and the same 30-minute gym membership? Maybe some of you want to do a bike ride or dance class or whatever. And also, why do it all at the same time? If we're all at school together, that makes sense, but 30 minutes on the weekend, you might want to do other things on the weekend. So let's review it and change again. And lastly, do we need a better gym membership or better shoes? Like, is the gym we're going to the right one for us? These are all things we can look at to decide, should we change again? And if we do, we just repeat the same thing. We unfreeze, get everyone ready for change, make the change, and then lock it into place with refreeze.